Do you like the background? Yeah. Good effort, that, isn't it? I was pretty pleased with that. I've been playing a lot of Warframe lately. And I mean a lot of Warframe. It has taken over the majority of my gaming time. And pretty much the majority of my life right now. It's taken over my life. I'm obsessed with it. So I thought it deserved some time here on Daryl Does. Now, as you may or may not have already seen, I've already done a gameplay video around Warframe. I've got another one coming up very soon. But today I wanted to use short thoughts to dive a little deeper into Warframe, to tease out exactly what it has done so right, and how it is setting an example for the entire industry. Warframe is a third-person, free-to-play shooty bang-bang game developed and published by Digital Extremes, a developer that once upon a time worked on Bioshock 2's multiplayer. Warframe sees you play as a member of the Tenno, a race of ancient warriors who have been awoken from a big long cryo-sleep to defeat the evil Grineer, some ugly-ass enemies that bear a striking resemblance to Dr. Piranoid from Street Sharks. Remember that? Remember Street Sharks? What a great fucking show. As a Tenno, your main weapon is your titular Warframe, a biomechanical suit that you equip with all manner of mods, weapons, and sexy colours to travel about the solar system and blow shit up. Each of the numerous Warframes available has a unique set of abilities, ranging from invisibility cloaks to distracting decoys, and even musical-based abilities that you can compose yourself. No shit, this game lets you write songs. It lets you write songs. As far as gameplay goes in Warframe, it's a pretty straightforward affair on the surface of things, yet it is not without a cunning level of depth. The third-person shooting is sublime, with each weapon feeling unique, yet equally satisfying. The abilities at your disposal are devastating and can be layered upon one another for added destruction. And the movement system, dubbed Parkour 2.0, is beyond ridiculous, letting you glide through the air like Superman once you've come to master it. Individually, these core tenets of the game are good, great even, but the way Warframe allows you to combine them to find the quickest route to ultimate destruction is sheer brilliance. The main draw of Warframe though, that carrot on the stick that urges you to keep playing, is the grind that it lays down in front of you. One that offers up multiple roads to travel and plenty of things to see, yet doesn't restrict you in any way whatsoever. Essentially, in Warframe, you'll be jumping from planet to planet, completing objectives, taking on some narrative-driven quests, and gathering any materials you can find, all in the name of character progression. The game is all about building the best Warframe. As such, there is a lot to take in when you first boot up the game. Granular stats are abundant, and how exactly all of the complex systems work in Warframe aren't exactly clear. But Digital Extremes does a good job of not letting that throw up an impassable barrier of entry. In the beginning, the game doesn't require you to understand any of these systems. Instead, you just play, having fun with what Warframe's core gameplay offers you, as the rest of the game slowly opens up and gently introduces you to all of its intertwined mechanics. Before you know it, you'll be desperately scrambling to find some rare material for that Warframe blueprint you've got, or attempted to haggle with some of Warframe's online community to get that gun that looks uncomfortably fleshy. No, really, it looks a little bit like a dick. Simply put, Warframe is a marvellous game, one full of quirk and character that has captured my imagination. It has achieved things that many before it have tried yet failed to accomplish. And the fact that this game comes from a self-publishing, essentially indie studio is beyond insane. But, there's a big but. And I cannot, and I will not lie, Warframe is more than just a wonderful game. It is far more than that entirely. You see, Warframe came out in 2013, when the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One launched, and I played it back then, and it was utter horseshite. There was just one long, kind of sci-fi corridor, and 3 classes or Warframes that you could choose from. But in those 5 years since then, Digital Extremes have strived to make Warframe a better game. A bigger game, and for all intents and purposes, it has worked. They had established a platform with Warframe in 2013, one that provided a foundation which they could build upon, and build they have. Countless free updates have turned Warframe from a glowing ember of an idea into a raging wildfire of success. The sheer improvement and vast difference from its original state is something that could have easily warranted a sequel, maybe even 2 at this point. and yet it has remained entirely free to play. Yes, this may have been achieved by plugging a microtransaction system into Warframe, but it is one that is ethical, one that doesn't parade in front of your face or teases you. Of course it's not perfect. I mean, obviously microtransactions were born in the depths of hell, but it's a damn sight better from what we've been seeing from those AAA arseholes in recent months. Yes, it's frustrating to see that sexy Warframe locked behind a premium currency. That's almost impossible to earn in-game, but Digital Extremes doesn't forcibly push you to its online marketplace to buy it. In fact, you have to actively seek it out behind a bunch of menus and eventually a shortcut to the PlayStation Store. And then when you have bought that premium currency called Platinum, Digital Extremes asks you not once, but twice if you are sure that you want to spend it on a specific item. Better yet is that all the items locked behind premium currency can be earned in-game, and earned by just playing it for a few hours at a time. Not 60 fucking hours for a pivotal franchise character, EA. You fucking shits. I mean, I'm only about 10 hours or so in, and I'm already building new weapons that I could have bought, and I'm well on my way to building my first new Warframe. The most devious and devilishly clever thing about this microtransaction system, though, is that it doesn't make you hate it. In fact, I can see myself putting money into this game, actually buying microtransactions, which is fucking unbelievable for me. Firstly, that is because I know I don't actually have to. I just have to stop being a lazy prick and work hard for what I want. And secondly, it's because Warframe is quickly becoming one of my favourite games, and it hasn't cost me a single penny. So I actually want to spend my money. I want to throw some appreciation towards Digital Extremes for doing a blindingly brilliant job at actually developing a game. So then, if Warframe and Digital Extremes has done such a good job at making a game that stands as a platform rather than an annualized release, one that is respected by the community because of how it treats said community, and one that is becoming a runaway success, why aren't AAA publishers doing the same thing? Why aren't FIFA, Call of Duty, or even Star Wars Battlefront running as a platform that can be built upon? Why aren't they taking the same model as Warframe, or even Rocket League for that matter, and gradually improving upon their game as time passes? You know, why aren't these publishers actually allowing their developers to develop a fucking game after it's released? Well, that is the easiest and most transparent of questions anybody could have ever asked, because the answer is one we all know, and one that is truly, truly simple. Money. Yes, money rules the roost at the top of these triple dick publishers. Your EAs, your Activisions, your Ubisofts, they're not concerned with making one long-term quality product that you pay for just once. Oh no. They're more bothered with annualizing the same recycled shit year after year, charging you £50 for the same recycled shit year after year, and then having the audacity to ask you for even more money to get all of the game's complete features. That, or actually play the goddamn thing for a ridiculous amount of time to unlock them all, at which point everybody has already moved on to next year's steaming pile of shit which smells exactly the same, and you're left alone in an empty room with a raging hard-on and nobody to play with. These companies and their shareholders don't care about their fan base, the quality of their products, or even its reputation. They're all superficial, materialistic cretins that hope their bank balance will make up for what substance they lack as a human being. Even more telling perhaps is that these kind of games that exist as a platform or even a service, are actually quite successful. At the moment, Warframe is meandering in the top 10 of Steam's current players chart. And as for Rocket League, well, do I even need to explain how successful that game has been? The problem with this model, though, is that whilst it does make some money, plenty of money in fact, it doesn't make all of the money. And that's what these publishers want. They want as much money as they can hoard. They want all the coin, all the gold, all the treasure, like Smaug in a fucking suit with a trophy wife that's just waiting for him to die. And these publishers will stop at nothing to achieve that dream, willing to sacrifice their reputation, their integrity, the quality of their games, and even exploit their fanbase to make those fiscal numbers look a little greener. So please, Warframe, Digital Extremes, you keep doing you. Keep on proving that consistent development, that ethical practices, that respecting your players and actually making a decent product can be successful. Because you are setting an example of how games should be made. And right now, the AAA video game industry needs that more than ever. So that's it, my short thoughts on Warframe, a game that has really fucking surprised me. I genuinely thought I would never go back to it. I didn't think I'd go back to this game at all, but after seeing it a little bit on the internet, hearing the noise it was beginning to make again, and then jumping back in and realising what it could actually mean for the industry if other developers follow that path. It was quite something. It's quite something. So what do you make of the video? Do you think I am correct in believing that these AAA publishers, these AAA wankfucks, should follow suit and follow the example that Warframe has set? Or do you think that it's okay what AAA publishers are doing? Do you think that they're actually not doing all that wrong? Do you think it's something that's blown out of proportion? Please come and let me know down in the comments below or over on Twitter at DarylDoes. And if you like this video, then hit that thumbs up button, or if you didn't, hit the thumbs down. Please come and subscribe to the channel so you never get to miss one of my ill-informed rants. And until next time, my friends.
Oh man, this guy needs an orthodontist.